It's bowl week. Let's look at 5 defensive prospects the Vikings should keep close tabs on at the East-West Shrine Bowl. Woo! All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Lupagus, and it is bowl week. Draft season officially kicks off this week. We've got 2 bowl games, the East-West Shrine Bowl, now called the East-West Shrine Bowl, used to be the East-West Shrine game Thursday night, and then the Senior Bowl on Saturday afternoon. Prospects practicing all this week, scouts all over the map watching these guys. You know the Vikings got their eyes on some certain guys in both of these games. So before we hop into some guys the Vikings should watch in the East-West Shrine Bowl on the defensive side of the ball, remember to subscribe to the channel, like the vids. We're closing in on 9,000 subscribers, just a couple hundred away. I can smell it. And damn it, does it smell good? Speaking of smelling good, hit up Lipridge Brewing Company. Fantastic brews. They'll get you through this cold, dark winter. All right, let's talk about some players who are going to be at the East-West Shrine game and some guys the Vikings should definitely be watching because they're going to fill some needs. So let's start with the big fat boy from Texas, defensive tackle Keandre Coburn. This guy is a beast. 6'2", 344 pounds. He is a guy that is completely damn near impossible to move off the line, and that is his strength. He is a run stuffer. He had 95 total tackles in his career at Texas, 15 tackles for a loss, 6.5 sacks in his career. So a guy who, although he is tough to move, the 6.5 sacks does show he can create some interior pressure. Thing with him and his pressure, it's all about the bull rush. He just powers through guys. He's too big. He's too strong. If that's going to translate to the NFL to be a consistent threat in the passing game, he's going to need to figure out more than just the bull rush move. So that is kind of his biggest knock. And obviously he's not going to fly off the line or anything like that. But Vikings defense, need a guy who can eat up space. I know we got Kyrie's Tonga. We got Harrison Phillips. Delvin Tomlinson may go somewhere in free agency. We need another guy. And Keandre Coburn, kind of a mid-round pick. Some of the Vikings could definitely get a closer look at and see where he may fit in. Let's go to a guy. I did a mock draft this morning. I had to take this guy because I've never had a guy where I'm watching highlights and I just start laughing because he just explodes through players. Brenton Cox Jr., this linebacker, tweener, edge guy from Florida. I was watching him. It literally looks like he flew about 8 yards and just destroyed the guy he was hitting. Absolutely explosive off the edge. And the Vikings, if we stick with that 3-4, we need more edge rushers. Hell, this guy you can put pretty much anywhere. I think there's some talk he could be a traditional linebacker, maybe play some safety, a true hybrid kind of a player. 14.5 career sacks, 138 total tackles, 10 passes defended, and a forced fumble. The thing about Brenton Cox Jr., there's some character concerns here. There was he threw a punch at a Georgia guy, which he came from Georgia. And I watched the film on that, and I would have hit the guy too. I mean, he was getting horse collar blocked. They're kind of pulling him down by the back of the shoulder pads there. I'm on Brenton Cox Jr.'s side, but I'm guessing there's more to it. You don't just get dismissed from a program for throwing a punch at another player. So I don't know if this guy is kind of a hot-tempered dude or what, but not only does he have to impress in the drills, he's going to have to impress in interviews because there is questions about Brenton Cox Jr. But like I said, he's early, one of my favorites because of that film of him just punching himself. It was fun to watch. Let's stay on the D line. Let's go to Habak Baldonado from Pitt. This guy's 6'5", 257 pounds. And he's got this nice long torso. He's a long body guy, big long arms, huge wingspan. This guy's kind of the opposite of Brenton Cox Jr. He's not explosive. He's just more of a patient pass rusher. He'll fight through the blocks, watch the play develop, and then he'll attack. He does close quickly. He's very strong against the run. He had 99 total tackles in his career at Pitt, 15 career sacks, 21.5 tackles for a loss. Kind of a different breed. I think he fits in a variety of systems. Not an explosive rusher, but a more patient, but a very, very effective one too. I love this guy's frame. I hate to even make the comparison, but I mean, looking at his body shape, it kind of reminded me of Dino Hunter a little bit. Definitely not that type of player, but at least size-wise, frame-wise, build-wise, that's the kind of vibes I was getting. But Baldonado, how fun is that to say? How fun would that to say if he's sacking Aaron Rodgers or whoever the hell is the Packers quarterback next year. Baldonado with the sack. Ooh, just rolls right off the tongue. Baldascoldo, we could call him. Okay, that didn't work. Let's go to the secondary. Let's go to Lance Boykin from Coastal Carolina. I got a thing for big corners, and Lance is definitely big. He's 6'3", 202 pounds, 136 career tackles. He's got 7 career interceptions, so he does have some ball skills. Vikings definitely need to add to their secondary, to their cornerback group. I'm not a huge fan of doing that at pick 23, but I know it's definitely something they could do and might find the best value at, which is fine, but I'd rather find some help down the road a little bit. And Lance Boykin is definitely a guy who will be had later in the draft. There is some concerns about his recovery speed. If he gets burnt, can he catch up in time? But 6'3" corner, you gotta love that. A guy who's willing to come up and hit and has some ball skills. I'll take that in both, round 4, round 5. Hell yeah, why not? Let's stick with the cornerback group. Let's go with the guy who's kind of interesting here, Jarek Bernard Converse, cornerback from LSU. Spent the first 4 years at Oklahoma State. He said, you know what, screw it. I want to keep playing. He transferred over to LSU to be a redshirt senior. 6'1", another good-sized corner, 198 pounds. He had 44 total tackles, 2 interceptions in his year at LSU. His game kind of reminds me of Andrew Booth Jr. He's kind of a high-energy player, smooth mover, tracks the ball well. He's got good ball skills. He is aggressive. Like I said, he'll come up and he will hit somebody, not afraid to do that at all. They use him as a run blitzer or a blitzer off the edge at LSU, at Oklahoma State. So, yeah, he gets a little handsy at times, and like Boykin, maybe doesn't have top-end recovery speed, but it's the East-West Shrine game. These aren't top-shelf prospects. These are more mid-tiers, meat and potato kind of guys, guys who can fill backup roles. And if you need to count on him, I would rather see a guy with the skills of Jarek Bernard Converse come in than, a Chris Boyd or something like that. So those are 5 guys the Vikings should watch at the East-West Shrine Bowl. I still want to say game. Let me know if you have any others that are really tickling your fancy that you can't wait to see. Remember, this game is Thursday night, and then the Senior Bowl is Saturday afternoon. So those are 5 guys. And remember, guys, keep your skull in your hole.